What's up, guys? So let's talk about these press conferences with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but they were fun, they were entertaining and all. You know, I was happy to see them, but I'm kind of glad they're over. You know, it was getting a little bit strange. It started to seem like it was a little bit more scripted. It wasn't too like real. You know, the first two seemed pretty good. You know, and then the Brooklyn ones where it kind of turned me off a little bit. Especially when Conor came out, he came out really weird, out of character. It seemed he wasn't his usual persona, mentioning a lot of rap albums and Biggie, and then he says something about 50 Cent, which I don't understand. It's really strange. Whereas Floyd was pretty consistent what he was doing. He was saying the same thing in almost every press conference. If I have to say who won the whole world tour, I would have to say it's Conor McGregor. By a 10-point must system, because everyone's doing this. I give the first one actually to Floyd, 10-9. It was kind of unfair because Conor didn't know what to expect, but given to how it came out, just the press conference in front of the audience, not what happened backstage, I have to give it to Floyd. The second one in Toronto was all Conor. And man, that second press conference, man, Conor laid it down to him. I mean, he demolished Floyd in that one. Floyd had some good jabs in there. I like what Floyd said to Dana White when he was like, we're the bosses, right? We don't wear suits. That's kind of like an American thing where we work so we don't wear suits. In Europe, you work so you do wear suits. Conor still won that pretty bad 10-8. Then the Brooklyn one came out, and I give that 10-9 to Floyd just from the money thing. When you start throwing money at Conor, making it rain on him as if he was like a stripper or whatever. And that's the whole point of the ones. If anyone that doesn't understand why he threw ones at him, usually people go to the strip clubs, they throw ones at the strippers. And Conor had no shirt on. It was pretty funny. And Conor didn't seem like he understood it. Just by that, I think he won, although it was really close. Conor was a little cringy in that one. And then the one in London, it sealed it for Conor McGregor. He won that one. It wasn't too bad. Floyd didn't really say anything. Conor's was pretty short. Not too much in it. It was a solid press conference. I give that 10-9 to Conor. So overall, Conor won. It was a pretty good contest if I were to score it like it was a fight. But I'm glad it's over now. Next time I want to see these guys is in the weigh-ins. Who else agrees with me that Showtime press conferences, boxing press conferences, they don't do it for us or for me? The UFC press conferences are the way to go, I think, for all combat sports. It was so weird. There were no questions, so it was like they're both giving out speeches and that's it. They don't get to respond to anything really. When the media or the fans ask questions, it gives like a whole new feeling or like a fresh answer, and these two get to respond to each other and say new things always. You don't really run out of material then. But these guys ran out of material really quick. They had to come out with speeches about each other, and they both ran out of things to say. Floyd said all he wanted to say really in the first two. Conor said everything in the second one. There was really nothing else to say. I mean, he threw everything out there in the second, and he ran out of ammo. And then the whole thing with the Floyd Sr. and Conor thing backstage, that was one of the best things of all these press conferences. Floyd Sr. is a pretty funny guy. Conor had a bit of fun with him. That seemed a little bit more entertaining than the one with Floyd Jr., to be honest. And then you had the whole thing with Floyd and the Irish flag, which I thought was pretty funny. And then there's a whole thing with this race thing. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but why does everything have to come down to race? I don't want to get too political here, but like here in America, when anything happens in the media, people are trying to drive it into the race section. You know, they're trying to pull the race card on everything, even if it's a little bit offensive to some people. And those some people are really sensitive people. The whole thing when Conor was calling Floyd Mayweather a boy, I don't think he meant it as anything racist. He says it to everybody. He said it to Jose Aldo. He said it to other people. It's just something he says. Even Floyd Sr. didn't even think it was racist. Floyd Jr. said, oh, it was kind of racist, but Floyd Jr. is also kind of a con artist, salesman kind of guy. So you can't really take his word too much, you know. If you don't want people to be racist or be sensitive to race issues, try not to really mention everything that doesn't seem too much to be toward racism, other than if it is blatantly racist. If it's not blatantly racist, don't be too sensitive about it. And if you're not too sensitive about it, you won't mention it. And if you don't mention it, people won't be offended by it. And if people aren't offended by it, then it's really no big thing. If it's just racist and it's clear to everybody, that's when you bring it up. But in this case, Conor calling him a boy, I mean, come on. And then you have the whole thing with Floyd and the homophobic slur. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'm not too sensitive a guy at all. I don't get offended by really anything. People who got offended by this, by him saying that, then again, he is from a time where that was just a normal word. It was kind of an insult to anybody. That's the kind of time where he came from. Because Floyd is 40 years old, right? He threw that out there, and it's an insult to someone who's a bit like a weaker person, I guess, you know? I don't really think Floyd meant anything by that. And he was in England where they always use that word. I think it means something else over there too. So just not to offend anybody, I guess just make sure you don't say any of those things. Sometimes they just slip out. Even Michael Bisping said it, but Michael Bisping is English, and I think it means something different for them. He knew that people would get offended if he said it. after he said it, so he was like apologizing a little bit. It just slips out because these people are used to that word. Even many people agree they use it for a different purpose. Now, I don't want to get too political, so I'm just going to end it there. Sports and politics don't really mix too well, you know. But all in all, pretty enjoyable. It's kind of, in a way, a historic thing. If Conor goes out there and knocks off Floyd Mayweather, let's just say it happens, these press conferences are going to be historic. If he goes out there and he gets starched, it will be still kind of historic, but in a different kind of way. So just be glad that we all experienced this. Even though some of us were kind of turned off toward the end of it, it probably will be something that years ahead we might look back on. We were here to witness this fight, the biggest fight in combat sports up to date, and the press conferences leading to it. People living right now, we are able to witness this. So I'm kind of grateful just to witness it. I guarantee very rare these kind of things are going to happen in the future, even after all our time. But that's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe. Comment below what you guys think of the press conferences. Do you agree with me? You disagree with me? Which one were your favorite press conferences? Obviously, I know which one of you guys are going to pick. And what was your favorite moments in the press conferences? Comment that below because I'm really curious to see what you guys think. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.